About some motivation, let's talk about some meditation, let's talk about some inspiration. If it's not those three, I don't want it. When you're focusing in on your dreams, when you're focusing in on your goals, there's going to be times in life where the challenges that we face off against, the things that we feel are along on our life's path and on our life's journey, they seek out after their own happiness. They seek out after their own path and their own journey. It's up to you to allow yourself, your path, your journey to be embraced, the ability that you have within, the ability to overcome the things that you might not see, that others might see within themselves, that to understand your own life path is the part of this journey that happens. It's the part of this journey that sometimes we don't want to face, sometimes we don't want to go through. And when we start to realize that our own life path has its place, that it has its own purpose, and that when we're focusing in a positive direction and we're focusing towards the things that are bringing us closer towards ourselves, that it's not going to always be easy. And so how do you continue to stay positive? One of those ways is by what you write down, what you manifest into this world for yourself, how you allow yourself to become affected by the challenges that you face off against. And each individual day that we go through something, that we put ourselves in a place where the things that we're facing off against are not greater than who we are, that is where we start to truly get tested. That is where we truly start to grow. That is where true manifestation within ourselves starts to come out. And when things that are along our life path come for their purpose, for their place, we have to allow that part of that path to run its course. We have to allow that part of its path to work in your favor and to work in their own time, you see. And so when you look within, when you start to focus on a place of being, a place of ability, you have to understand that what is going on within yourself matters. What goes on within your part of this journey, within your part of this path matters. That when you have yourself, when you put yourself first, when you put care into who you are, you start to find yourself. And in that, when you go through dark times, when you're going through places inside of yourself, when you're part of your path and your journey, it brings you to a place of being. It brings you to a place of ability, that you can truly overcome things, that what you have inside you start to manifest. And so focusing on that inwards journey into being, into purpose, into a place where only you can go. And so when you start to know yourself and you start to allow yourself to not let things that would stop you from being who you are, that you would start to shine for who you are inside, and that the people and the places, that things that come close to you are attracted to you from you being yourself, you start to believe in you. And it's within who we are to face challenges, within who we are to understand ourselves and to understand why certain things end, why certain things have to happen, why what goes on within is a part of who we are. It's a piece of the process of understanding oneself, to go through challenges, to embrace them, to face them head on, to truly believe in ourselves. And I feel that this last year I've truly been spoiled, that what I've had to face off against, has come with a light load. It's come with a place to ask the question, are you really truly made of it? Are you truly made of something? Are you strong enough to stand on your own? Are you strong enough to be the one that you are inside? And it's only time can tell those types of things. Only time can communicate this story. Only time can find its part of this path and part of this purpose. And it's amazing the amount of challenges that can come up in a person's life, that you can start to see and be grateful for the things that you do have, the things that you don't know if you can overcome. When you start to put one foot in front of the other, when you start to see this life's path, when you start to see this life's purpose, when you start to understand that if anyone's going to do it, you're going to do it. And it's not sometimes that one of the greatest things that I learned from my past is that the only thing that you can hold on to is yourself. The only thing that you can truly become at peace with is the person inside of yourself. That the things around you, they come in for their purpose, for their place in your life. They come in for their time and for their story. And that each person has their own life path journey, and that when your life path moves in a direction that you might not understand, because sometimes you have to embrace it. You have to truly embrace that part of your being, that you are unique, that you do have things within yourself that are much greater than what's on the outside, that when you go through challenges, you can overcome them, that you can be yourself, that you can be within you. And it's amazing. It's a bright future ahead. The sun rises. The things that we go through are meant to bring us closer to ourselves. They're meant to bring us closer to our reflection, to get us to understand and care for ourselves within, to believe in you, in your abilities, believe in your purposes, in your manifestation. It's every day I get on here and I talk about motivation, I talk about meditation, I talk about inspiration, and getting after it. And so here we are again, getting after this. We're not just here for others, we're here for a specific life path, and when we embrace that part, when we embrace that part that we didn't think is possible, it's a real story, our lives, it's a real story, our challenges, they really do truly come, and the things inside of us do truly matter. And so what goes within becomes a reflection outwards. When You face challenges on your daily. Look within yourselves. Look within what it means to be you. Okay, and so, lastly, I just want to talk about inspiration. I want to talk about why discipline becomes important. It's not just a part of your being. You are disciplined. You are your story. You are your path. You have things within you that nobody else does. You have gifts, you have talents, you have abilities. And when we let that path be its own, it sometimes teaches us. It guides us to a place within ourselves. It guides us to a place where only we can go, and I believe that there's no such thing as a coincidence. That the mapping of our path, the mapping of our journey, and the mapping of our future is to continue to stay positive, even when the challenges come in our fate against us. It's right now we only see the chapter that we have in front of ourselves. We don't see the next chapter. We don't see the next page. Sometimes we don't put the effort in to look at that. But we do know it exists. We do know that it's there. We do know that good morning. We're here in the present moment, and that it is a gift to be. It is a gift to pass through all those things that we do. And we might not understand it. We might not be able to understand why things happen the way they do. But we know they happen. And knowing that they happen is a place to be able to embrace. And when we seek out ourselves, I used to feel that what goes on within is a reflection from the outside, but what from within is just as important. What goes on within is just as important to what's going on the outside. And the whole entire being is important. When we're being ourselves and we're finding our way, we're finding our part of our journey, we're going to encounter things that are going to uplift us. We're going to encounter things that are going to bring us to a place of challenge. It's how we face off against those challenges that matter the most. Are we able to continue to stay positive and to continue to look within for the answers, to continue to overcome things by being who you are within? I believe that it's not just today that can become a mindset. It's not just today that can be there. It's going back and reading through notes and looking at challenges and what we've done and how we do things. And it's a really a place of mentality. It's a place of ability. It's a place of being where once you looked inside of yourself, you start to see you. It's a place where you can do what it takes. So, disciplining to become centered within yourself. I need to look more within. I need to look more at what the answer of being Marcel is, at the answer of being this person within myself. That I've given too much attention to others. I've given too much attention to other people's paths to not look within myself. I've come to a place in the past where I hit a place of study, come to a place of the present moment. I'm heading into a phase of understanding, a phase of understanding this being, understanding this relation. And so grateful for these last 2 years that have taught me the lesson of being yourself, of being who you are within. To start to look at your way of becoming disciplined, your way of becoming yourself. You have to study you. One of the biggest ways that we grow is when
he didn't even hear it.
you look at yourself, when the people that you felt were closest to your heart let you go within. They give you the ability to overcome. They give you the ability to be who you are within. And I have struggled with insecurities. I have struggled with things that are visitable. When you visit yourself, when you visit your part of your story, the thing that makes me care about meditation is that when you go within, you start to see that it has care, that you care for you first. When you care for your inner being, when you start to allow the things to come to you that are meant for you, when you start to allow the things that allow you to be yourself, when you truly start to be who you are within, when you start to allow that person within to be the thing that you hold to, not to anything else, but the one within, when you start to find joy in simplicity, when you start to find joy in your path, when what was meant to happen happens, when you no longer hold to external forces but to your internal story. That is where true discipline lays. It's within ourselves to find that place where we become that light, where we start to shine from within ourselves, where we start to understand who we are. And so the light that we have is unique. The light that our life path brings has purpose. It has ability. It has mentality. And so letting it go, letting go of external forces, letting go of external things uplifts the internal self. And we can do that. That's what meditation is about. It's about looking within for the answers, looking within for your path. I remember sitting at an ocean and remembering that what comes along in our path is meant to happen. That what brings us closer to ourselves is that place. And when we forget to spend time on that person, it shows. When we forget to spend time on that person, the things of the outside affect us. What really truly happens within ourselves is greater than that. And so I want to inspire you all. I want to explain to you that discipline is to go inwards. Discipline is to allow yourself to become the present moment, to become a part of this life's path, and to allow the things that are happening to become blessings. You see, this life is a equation. It's a mathematical equation of you always being one. You always being one with this great zero, which is Earth. 1 plus 0 is still 1. Your energy will always be on the face of the planet or within this universe. It's just understanding this and becoming friends with it. I just hope you all have a blessed day as always. Namaste.